and they visit them all the time on a weekly basis. It's not unusual for them, but they're also able to enter into fourth dimensional consciousness easily, where we don't even know what it is. Most of us don't. And going back again to the ideas that the external world is not really what we think it is something else. It has to do with pure consciousness. Once we understand that, then there's going to be an enormous revelation in human consciousness. It's one we've already learned a long time ago. We've forgotten it, and really we're just going to remember it. It's going to feel like a gift. But the ETs are here now. They've been here for a long time. We've also been interacting primarily with ones that are very low level and don't have good intentions on us. I mean, the Greys wanted to eliminate us completely, but it's not how it really is out there in the universe. Our galaxy, for example, is a living being also. It has the same energy fields around it that our human body does. Mm-hmm. And they're not at war. The idea of Star Wars and everything's out there fighting is just simply not true. They're at peace, and they love each other, and they're taking care of each other. There's only a few that are growing up and understanding that there's more to life than what they think, and those are the ones that we've been having problems with. The majority of them that are here now really love us and care about us. And also there are ones that are inside the Earth, and these that are inside the Earth really care about us and have a very personal thing about it. And they really want to help us, and they're going to. The protocol is, as I understand it from many of the tribes, is that once we are to the proper level where we can actually see them and communicate with them, then the next thing is we have to be introduced to our mother and our father. And this, now you're getting into the ancient Sumerian records of what they were talking about there. They believed that there was the planet Marduk, and sure. Nephilim came in. And in there they're talking about another planet that is not in our solar system that actually was the father aspect, which was Sirius, from Sirius B, third planet out. And that race and this race that was here, the Nephilim, joined together and created the human race according to the oldest records on Earth. And that's the cuneiform tablets, out of Samaria. Yep. And before, what all these indigenous people are saying is that we will first meet our mother and our father, and what they're saying is we will first meet our father. These are the Syrians. They're about 10 to 16 feet high. Females are about 10 to 12 feet. Males are about 14 to 16 feet high.
Truly the giants.
They're tall. Yeah. There's much taller beings than that, but they're
really?
They're the next level of consciousness, which shows up in the sacred geometrical patterns, and they really care about us a lot. They have saved our life already, and we're not aware of it because of what's going on in the sun. There's something happening on the sun right now that is far more than what we think, and we would not be able to survive this with our present level of consciousness without their help, and they truly have helped us. But according to the indigenous people, they are in caves all over the world right now, and there will come a time soon, and I don't know when that'll be, but it'll be inside this window, when we will be introduced to them. And I don't know if this is before the shift or after the shift, but they've never told me that. But they all agree that there will be a point where we will meet our father first, and then our mother, and then the rest of the universe.
Will this planet ever be the same after that?
No.
That's pretty emotional for a lot of people.
We'll never be the same, and we won't even be on the same frequency of consciousness. We'll be a whole other thing, and it'll be a good thing, because we fell. We were down in a very dark place, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
And we're about to go into a very light and loving place. And so, and where we're going to find out that our brothers and sisters really aren't out there to get us. They're out there to help us remember who we really are.
Will we do away with war? Will we do away
we won't
with...
need that. That's stupid.
That's all gone.
That's like the right hand taking a knife and stabbing the left hand. Any all higher level consciousness beings know that there is only one spirit that moves through everything, just one, and it's always been this way. And we can't remember that, but when we do remember that, we will know that when you look in the eyes of another person, you're looking into your own eyes. When the Mayans meet each other on the trail, and they've been keeping this as a tradition going back to at least 26,000 years, they say the words in Lakesh, and what that means is you are another me, and I am another you. That's how they say hello, and it's just the memory of the way it was a long time ago, and this dark night that we're in is almost over. Thank God.
Good. We've been in it way too long.
Yeah, I know. And you know, and there are all these conspiracies. There's a ton of them. When I was hearing you say about the main thing is population control,
yeah.
Absolutely. That's the primary reason for most of the actions that the governments are doing right now. Because all the computer models show that if we and this is without exception that I'm aware of, that as soon as you reach a certain number, it's debatable on what that number is. It used to be 12 million, 4 billion, 14 billion,
yeah.
10 billion. They don't really know what it is, but there is a number out there that when we reach it, not only do all the humans die, but everything on Earth dies.
We just become unsustainable.
And so I can understand why they're concerned about this. But at the same time, Mother Earth is not stupid, and she is allowing these people to come in here. And they're coming from all over the place.
Don't you think this planet, knowing that it's alive, as tragic as it may seem, knows what levels of population this planet can sustain and
yes.
probably rectifies it?
Yes, it does, and it's already slowing it down. The human male sperm count all over the world is dropping, and it's been dropping for many years now. And now what we're seeing, what I'm seeing as I go around, like in Japan and Russia and various places, is the women are coming up to me, young women, and saying, I can't get pregnant, and I'm really trying. And I'm hearing this over and over and over, all over. The women cannot. And I believe that this is, that Mother Earth is slowing down this process. But she's allowed this many to come forth, and exactly why, that's speculation. I don't really know.
Yeah. This consciousness that you have studied and that I am fascinated with ties us into this invisible force in the universe.
Oh, yeah, it really does.
How do we teach people to use it?
Well,
to get on that road.
Like I said, it took me 14 years just to figure out the field. And then it took me really until just the last 6 or 7 years, I've understood all the final details. I mean, I can very quickly show you the complexity of what's inside of us that we have long forgotten. But we have this, just to give you a view, we have an energy field. It's an electromagnetic field. It sits at about 4 degrees Kelvin, or 4 degrees above absolute zero. It's a very weak field, but it's incredibly geometrical. It's so geometrical that to see all the geometries that are around you requires a computer. And this energy field is when you breathe in a certain way, it spins in both directions, and it looks like a flying saucer around the body, which is the Mer Ka Ba. But that's only the beginning. Inside the brain, there are 4 different glands that have to be activated simultaneously to actually turn this on properly. And it can only be done when the spirit of the body leaves the brain, literally leaves it. It travels away from it and moves down into the heart, where the ancients talk about this little tiny place, this sacred place in the heart. There's 2 of them. There's a sacred place that's very small, and then inside of that is even a smaller one. And this is talked about in the Upanishads 6,000 years ago in India. And when the spirit can move back into the heart instead of the brain, it then goes backwards energetically toward the brain and it does it through the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Now, why would that have anything to do with it?
Yeah.
Well, you remember when we said that when there was the human heart and the body came out of the